And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to hit you guys with part 2 of the NFL regular season week 2 predictions. We already gave you guys the Thursday night game all the way down to Indianapolis and Houston. We're going to start with Kansas City and Jacksonville.
Fresh squeeze.
But before we go here, I want to tell you guys about an experience that I had recently. It was really interesting, but this is definitely going to cause cuss words in this situation. So,
Oh no!
I'm going to try to let the time tick a little bit so we can get past that first 60 seconds so we don't get in trouble or demonetized.
You can always just say the whatever word.
That is true.
The C word, the F word,
So,
the N word.
See me, I recently celebrated my 2-year wedding anniversary, which was yesterday. September 11th, and I always say that, some people will never forget 9/11, but I wanted to give everybody a good reason to remember 9/11. It was the day that I married the love of my life. So that's why I will always remember 9/11. Anyway, me and my wife went down and we spent the weekend in Atlantic City. Oh yeah, nothing special about Atlantic City. It's not. But we went to Hard Rock Casino. When we left Hard Rock Casino, we happened to see this guy. He was dressed head to toe in like a custom Batman. It was basically like he just threw something together, Batman costume. It was pretty cool to see, but obviously you could tell he was probably homeless. But he was standing outside talking to somebody. We just continued on walking.
Are you sure Batman didn't just have to change back into Bruce Wayne real quick and just throw his clothes off and this homeless dude just found it?
Could have been. That could have been it. Could have been.
No, he could have just been trying to change to meet somebody at the casino or something.
Yeah, that's possibly. That is possible.
Alfred never found it. I don't know.
That's definitely possible.
But homeless Batman, who does he beat up? He can't beat up the poor.
It's gonna get funny. You'll see. This is gonna get funny. So we continue down the boardwalk. As we're walking down the boardwalk, you see the weird people on the boardwalk. There's a lady singing on the side of the road. No, she's not one of those people playing a piano singing. She's just singing church hymns on this bench, and she's like, everybody that comes by, she'll say something, really religious as they walk by.
We got some of those up here too. So they don't say religious, they spit at you.
So we continue on down the boardwalk because we're looking for this place called It's Sugar. This was full of jelly beans when I bought it, which was, this past weekend. It was full of jelly beans. I have a problem. I apologize. But as we continue down the boardwalk on the way to go get some candy, we run into a guy sitting on the bench. He's obviously has mental problems because he is spouting out craziness, just craziness. And then he completely switches from whatever he's saying and he yells out, "Holy shit, it's the Boardwalk Batman, dickhead!" So he yells this out. I had no choice but to start dying laughing because it was hilarious. The Boardwalk Batman, dickhead! I wasn't expecting it. My wife goes, "He has a problem. There's something wrong with him." So we kept walking. The next thing you know, we see the guy that was sitting on the bench. He's running full speed down the boardwalk. My wife goes, "What's going on? What is he about to do?" He's running toward Batman. He gets up to Batman, stops right in front of Kimmy's like, my wife, she's like, "Are they about to fight?" I was like, "Oh yeah, Batman about to fight him." I was like, "He's the Joker." And that's Batman. So as we get closer, first the guy that's the Boardwalk Batman grabs this guy, gripping him up. Just like, I don't know what they're saying, but he's like gripping them up. And dude, they're just like, ugh. Mind you, they have security, the security for this event that's going on, just watching this happen. They don't give a shit. So next thing you know, we see Batman step back. Boardwalk Batman steps back and he's like this. Kimmy's like, oh my God, he's got a gun. Batman's got a gun. I was like, no, Batman doesn't use weapons. Batman doesn't use a gun. Batman will never shoot anybody. So as we get closer, I realize what Batman's holding in his hand. It's going to get even funnier. So, on the front of your bike, there's like a U-shaped thing where it holds the brakes.
Yeah. Really? Damn. You can do a lot of damage with them.
At first, I thought he was holding a horseshoe in his hand, and I looked, oh, that's definitely the brakes for a bike. He must have pulled out, but he's holding it at him like he's shooting at him. Like he's going to shoot him with it. And I'm just like, oh shit, Batman's got mental issues too. So we sat there, and he was really holding this up to him. He's like, I can kill you. And it's like now at this point, we're close enough to hear what Batman's saying to him. And the guy with the mental issues, the guy was on a bench. He was like, you're my favorite. You're my favorite. I'm your biggest fan. And Batman's like, I will kill you if you ever come at me again. Why would you run up to me like that? You see this weapon? I can tear your heart out with it. And it's just so funny. And Kimmy's like, oh my gosh, is security going to do something? And I'm like, it's Batman. Batman don't need security. And it was just funny.
Security. And
it was just a funny experience because because the climax, the funniest part of this joke is when Batman's riding by on his bike and the guy goes, it's the Boardwalk Batman, dickhead. And it's just so hilarious because you never know what you see on at Atlantic City. And it makes me Atlantic City is supposed to be the Northeast Vegas, so it's supposed to be the Vegas of the Northeast.
Used to be, so yeah.
It makes me want to go to Vegas because if that's what's going on here, I wonder what's going on in Vegas. So
same thing with more meth. I'm sure.
Yeah, so I think next year we're gonna go to Vegas, probably on my birthday.
In winter. Okay.
It was interesting. We got to see the Boardwalk Batman, Boardwalk Joker fight, and it was just amazing. I wanted to see what he was going to do with that break thing because it would have been hilarious. I mean, it might not have been a break thing. It was just some U-shaped thing with it wasn't sharp. It didn't look like he could have done any damage with it, but I mean, and just by the way he was holding it, it was just weird. So, yeah. So that was my weekend. It was awesome.
It's the Boulevard Batman, dickhead.
Yeah, the Boulevard Batman. But we're gonna get right into
that was the bat signals.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Save us, Boulevard Batman, dickhead. Save us all.
It's the Boardwalk Batman, dickhead. But let's move on because
show up like
it's hilarious.
Hey man, I'm gonna take you down. Yeah.
The Batarang, the Metharing, or whatever it was, because it was a lot of them.
Batarang got burnt chips on the end.
Listen, we don't condone violence, nor do we condone the use
Harley Quinn got scabies.
Hard drugs. Yo. What kind of DC universe is this?
Oh, boy. No, that's the AC universe.
Yeah, the AC universe. Jesus Christ. Let's keep it pushing. The Justice League. Oh, God.
Didn't you motherfucker? All right. My bad.
All right, let's get into it.
I'm slow sometimes.
We heard some injuries went down this past week. I mean, this last week we saw injuries during the games.
Yesterday?
Yeah. Monday and Sunday we saw some injuries. N'Kobe Dean was one of the injuries. It's a lot of like a few different injuries went down.
Yeah.
We're not sure how serious they are because we're still waiting for one. But the most prominent one was Aaron Rodgers. We're gonna get into that more when we talk more about their game for this week.
Yeah, I got some words for that.
Yeah.
Mm.
We still saw N'Kobe Dean. He's going to be out for at least a month. So the Eagles
That's
went
a
out and
tragedy.
signed. Yeah, the Eagles went out and signed Rashaan Evans to replace N'Kobe Dean. You'll see Rashaan Evans pair up with Zach Cunningham, which I think is pretty cool because they played together for a while. They played that inside linebacker position together. So
I like
that'll
that
be
kid.
interesting.
I like
Yeah.
that kid.
So we'll see how that goes.
Wait, why we take so long to pick Bo up? Like, Bo was
I
kind of a
don't know.
monster, wasn't he?
He was. He had about 157 or 167. He had a lot of tackles last year.
Like, why wouldn't you need one of them? People like, you need that guy somewhere on the field, getting tackles, making sure they don't go no further, shutting them down, shut down their run game. Need those.
Yeah,
need those.
And it was so funny because he can play both outside and inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can play edge or inside linebacker. Okay, a lot like Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick can play both middle linebacker and that edge. He can play the Mike or Sam. So
yeah, there's value in that flexibility at linebacker.
Yeah. But let's get into the next game. We finished off last in part one with Indianapolis and Houston.
Yeah, that's a game to watch.
I chose Indy. He chose the Boulevard. Chose the Texans. I guess he has high hopes in D'Amico. I guess he likes D'Amico Ryans because he played for the Eagles for a while. I guess he just wants to keep his loyalty. I like D'Amico Ryans too.
No loyalty towards D'Amico Ryans. I just don't think Indy's going to be very good.
I do.
I don't think the Chiefs are. I mean, the Texans are for that matter either. But I think Texans are the home team. Who? Wait, yeah, Texans the home team. Yeah. So Texans win. It doesn't really matter who wins or who cares, who gives a crap, because both teams are trash. If you have to watch it, I'm sorry. That's how I'm gonna put that one. I'm not watching it. I'm not watching that horror movie. So anyway,
all right. So Kansas City will be flying down to Jacksonville, Florida.
Ew.
And actually, recently I just found out that if you go into Jacksonville,
Never.
If you refer to Jacksonville as Jacksonville, you'll probably get robbed because people who live in Jacksonville don't call Jacksonville Jacksonville. They call it Duval.
Duval.
So they don't like Jacksonville. They don't call it Jacksonville. I just found this out. I didn't know that. That's crazy. They know you're a tourist if you refer to Jacksonville as Jacksonville.
Do you have plans to go to Jacksonville?
No, I didn't even believe. Honestly, I didn't believe that Jacksonville had fans. I feel like anybody who claims to be a Jacksonville Jaguars fan is a plant. Or they were paid to pretend to be a Jacksonville fan because for so many years, even when Mark Brunell was the quarterback in Jacksonville, I didn't believe it. It was like it just wasn't real to me. The team just not real to me. They're even right now, the team isn't real to me. Like they don't register in my brain when I think of a football team because the Jacksonville Jaguars are just so irrelevant to me, even though they're a lot better team right now. It just doesn't register to me.
No, see, I feel like if you go to Jacksonville, even for a game, the moment you step out the airport, somebody gonna come up behind you and inject you with something. You're gonna wake up riding on the back of an alligator. That's what I think happens in Jacksonville. Like you just wherever. The moment you set foot, you're automatically addicted to smack. That's what I think happens in Jacksonville.
Welcome to Duval County, baby. Yeehaw.
Yeah.
It's like a Floridian cowboy.
Duval got a mouth like mine.
Duval. I'm a Floridian cowboy. Down here in Duval County. Duval. It's like you try to have a conversation with somebody from Jacksonville. You be midway through the conversation and they scream out, Duval. Bro, I'm trying to ask you what you want to eat for dinner.
That's
Oh,
what
well,
they
man,
want.
we can go down to Denny's and we can go get Stewball. Like,
Now,
can
if
you?
y'all want to send me some gator sausage, I'm all for that.
Oh, hell yeah. I would definitely go down there. I'm not going to Duval. No, we're not going there.
No.
I don't even think that if you wanted to go take a flight, I don't think there are flights that go into Jacksonville. I don't believe that there are flights that go into Jacksonville.
I ain't
It's
allowed
just not
in
real.
Florida right now anyway. People
It
from here
doesn't.
can't drive in Florida.
Oh yeah, I
No. So,
heard. Because you're not real to them.
yeah.
Listen, I don't want to go to Florida. You want to know how bad we don't want it? We don't care about Florida. We're going to Disney next year, but we're going to Disneyland. We're going to go all the way to California just to stick it to Mr. The Sanctimonious. So
I mean, Satan himself.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'd
let's get
really
to
be
our next
surprised people
to this game.
don't like these past few years. What happened to assassinations? That's all I'm saying. What happened to assassinations?
I mean, it's a good question, but honestly, I'll say
What the
this:
hell happened to assassinations, man?
I would
Because
hate
there
to
were
see
some
that.
people out there. Like you see all these people, oh, I hate that. I hate that man. I hate that man. Screw that guy. Boo. What are you really gonna do
Well,
about it? All y'all do is sit and complain. Type on your keyboards and complain.
you
Ain't
know
gonna
what the
do shit.
problem is?
Y'all gonna let it happen again. Y'all just let it happen. You gonna let it happen again. Shut up.
Well, see, I think this is what happened because back in the day, people would assassinate presidents, and then they would claim
There's no
they
one
would
can take no
claim
president.
insanity. They would claim insanity back in the day when, like, when the presidents were getting assassinated, like Abraham LeBron and the other ones. But I think what it is now is like everybody's got mental issues, so you can't really. It's kind of cool to have mental issues, so like, and the people with mental issues don't go around assassinating people no more. So you can't really do
That's
it
the
because
problem.
you can't claim to have mental issues when you do something like that anymore because it's like normal to be fucked up in the head.
All right, so one of you really crazy people, I won't touch on my opinions of mental illness today. One of you actually crazy people, maybe go strap a bomb to yourself and go to Jacksonville.
Listen, listen. Let's just say this: we do not condone terrorist activities.
He does not.
Boulevard is completely stupid, and he just says whatever the hell he wants to say
Yes, he
because
does. Yes, I does.
he's
Yes, I
he's
does.
stupid. He doesn't mean it though. He's just retarded. I'm
No, I'm
sorry,
not
I can't
retarded.
even say that.
I'm not special.
He's
I'm
he's a little
totally
autistic.
in
A
control
little
of
autistic.
everything that comes out of my
He's
mouth.
not. He's not. I think he's a little under the influence. But can we get a prediction for the Kansas City Jacksonville game?
Oh
One,
yeah,
two, three.
Chris Jones is back.
Kansas City. Yeah, Chris Jones. He signed that 1 year extension, and oh my gosh, the incentives this guy has gotten. The incentives on his contract. All right, listen up. You ready for this? If he plays 35% of his snaps, or of 35% of the snaps, 35%, that's like 20 plays in a game. 20 plays a game, if that. That can be one drive, yo, or two drives, or half. He'll get $1 million.
I want
If
$1
he
million to
plays,
play 20 plays.
if he plays 50% of the time, that's like 2 quarters a game. He'll get an additional $1 million, including that 35%. So that's $2 million. He's playing just 2 quarters a game.
Good deal so far.
Or if he gets 10 sacks, he gets $1.25 million.
Well,
Now,
yeah, he's one of 2 defensive tackles to even hit 15 twice in their career.
Now, if he gets that 2.5 million and gets 10 sacks, if he gets 5 additional sacks, 15 and which total 15 total sacks, his total incentive will be $1.75 million. $1.75 million.
It's a safe assumption he can hit 15 for a third time.
He'll get $1 million if he's selected as a first team All-Pro and the Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl. They say to the Super Bowl.
Hmm.
$1 million. You ain't got to do shit.
Right.
The Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl. Or maybe he has to get that All Pro. Who cares? It doesn't matter. $2 million.
Easy incentives anyway. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. $2 million if he wins Defensive Player of the Year and the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. I don't see that happening. The Chiefs aren't anymore.
They'll cross that bridge come January.
Yeah, we'll see. But I'll say this. These are awesome incentives. I wish incentives were like that throughout life. I think everything should have incentives.
Everything should have incentives.
Like, if everything had incentives, I think we'll see a lot more success stories in this world. Like, if you said you get this job and you spend 35% of your time, or if you work 35% of your time this year at your job, you get 10,000. Listen,
Cha-ching!
I do that now. I think I work maybe 65%. You could get. Listen, I'm telling you, incentives matter, and they matter. That's all I'm going to say. But with Chris Jones being back, that's major. So I'm going to go ahead and say I got the Chiefs to beat the Jaguars. It's going to be a close game because the Jaguars are not slouches. But I feel like there's
Chiefs
something.
Weren't great last week. Like that was not a great game for them.
I feel like they have to win this. They have to win this game to stay relevant, because if they start losing, if they go 0-2, that's a problem. That's going to be a problem. So I think the Chiefs have to win this, and I'm rooting for them to win it. Only reason why I'm rooting for them to win is because I'm still upset with Doug Peterson by the way he handled himself as the Eagles coach in that final year. He was just, the fact that he wasn't willing to give up play calling, he wasn't trying to budge. Like, he was fired because he was so hell-bent on making Press Taylor his offensive coordinator and not giving up play calling. That was the reason he was fired.
Oh, you mean Press Taylor, his current offensive coordinator?
Yeah, the guy that he's obsessed with. And it was so crazy to me because what the sources say was Doug Peterson sat down with Howie and Jeff Lurie. They asked him, what is your plan? He said, I'm going to make Press Taylor my offensive coordinator. The second question was, are you going to give up play calling? He said no, but Press Taylor will be my offensive coordinator. Jeff Hurry and Howie walked away from that conversation and said, we need to find a new coach. That's what happened. It's because Doug Peterson refused to make sacrifices to win. And I remember that one game where they threw the ball 84% of the time, or 84% of their offensive snaps. That's insane to me.
That is pretty wild.
That's insane. So
that is unbalanced. It's unbalanced as you can be.
So the weird ass Duval, understand the reason why I won't root for you is because your coach is retarded. I'm sorry. I need to stop saying that because you guys are going to cancel me. Cancel me. I don't really care, but I don't mean to be offensive when I say it. The R word is not something I use to describe people with mental illness.
No, just everybody else.
like I understand that it's an offensive word, but it's time to understand what that word means in certain communities, because people with mental illness, we refer to them as like we refer by their mental illness, like that. I'm not trying to like discredit that. I just it's become a different term, different meaning, and yeah, and Boulevard's making it even worse, man. He's making it even worse. But anyway, cancel me if you want.
Such a great for yourself.
I'm not digging. That shit was already there.
Everybody was like, oh, that's the end of the bench.
They're gonna put me on the left side of the bench. Damn.
4 times now.
Anyway, we're gonna move on to the next game. Well, wait, who you got winning before we move on?
Oh, that's up to the Chiefs. If their offense actually comes out to win this week, then this should be a landslide. But otherwise, if they let the Jags stay in this game, the Jags could pull off the win. but I'm gonna go with the Chiefs because I live in the real world and not
Yeah.
Jacksonville. Excuse
But
me.
you know what I think?
Timber.
But you know what I think? What's gonna happen?
What?
It all falls down to if Jason. It all falls down to if Travis Kelce, if he plays or not.
Mm-hmm.
If he plays, Chiefs win.
Well, I mean, yeah, everything else in our offense is just like spare parts.
Yeah.
Same on the defense too. I mean, you got
Mm-hmm.
Jones. I believe that's why they lost last week solely because of Jones. Okay, not true solely because Jones, because Kadarius Toney was there too.
Kadarius Toney dropped the ball every
Yeah.
time. Kadarius Toney, if he drops another pass, I promise you, that dude needs to be cut tomorrow.
The man
I'd
with the
cut him.
hands of stone.
He looking like Freddie Mitchell out there. Anyway, moving on. Chicago, Tampa Bay.
Ew.
I have to ask this question before we go into this. Is Justin Fields looking mediocre?
When has he not? When he was getting 100 yards rushing in games?
So would you
has
consider
that man hit 300 yards rushing yet in his career? I mean, passing yet in his career in a game?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No. Justin Fields isn't a quarterback.
So is he a bust?
No, it was a bad draft pick. He wasn't supposed to be drafted that high. That was stupid. Anybody gets the he needs a lot of work. He's raw. Then why are you drafting him in the first round? Why are you drafting a raw prospect that early? Because it's a quarterback, and people are desperate to have a quarterback, even if the quarterback is 2 years away from being 2 years away from being ready. That's what they did. Yeah, he can run, but it's still not a good team, and to expect anything out of this team other than average at best, you're wishing on a star. So no, but this game. Ew, I don't care who wins this game. This one you can put with Coach Sexton. I don't give a crap. The only thing at stake here is the top 5 in the draft. Both of these teams are bad. Who is it? What is it? What's his name? Baker Mayfield on the other side? Baker Mayfield, Bucks QB? Yeah, see what who? Baker Mayfield, Justin Fields. Break it down on film, on paper. Bucks have decent wide receivers, rookie running back. Bears have average running back, average to mediocre receivers. Neither defense is worth writing home about. I don't care about this game. Give me the Bucks because they're at home.
Give me the Bucks. Give me Baker Mayfield throwing for 320 yards.
Give me Baker Mayfield throwing for 120 yards. And Justin Fields running for about the same. Then a meteor falls and destroys the stadium and the game ends and it's high. That's the best case scenario for this ugly-ass game.
All right. Next game, we got the San Diego Chargers versus the Houston Oilers.
Well, I'll just start this. I will immediately come out the gate and say, I'm taking San Diego. Because there ain't going to be one game on paper this year that I'm taking Tennessee. I can tell y'all that now. I can predict that future. I wouldn't have done that last year. I've never been fond of this roster. I've never understood how they were winning. Like they run the 90s style. Clock control. Blocking receivers. It's old. It's old and it's out of date and it should not be succeeding, except the division's been so bad that Tennessee actually looks like a good team. Tennessee hasn't been a good team since A.J. Brown left. They don't have receivers. So what are we even discussing here? Tennessee has a full-blown offense with weapons at every position. Good line, good defense, just bad coach.
You know what bothers me is that people that they're still out here pretending that Ryan Tannehill is a quarterback.
I know. How are we not sick of this guy yet? We know he can't play. He's not
He's
very
not
good.
a quarterback.
He's a backup at best.
He's a wide receiver
quarterback in the league.
Like he went backwards. He went backwards. He was a wide receiver who changed his position to quarterback. He's not good at it. He's not a good quarterback.
He's not a good quarterback.
We're just playing this game. Like we're playing a game of make believe. Everybody's playing dress up, and he's a quarterback. He's not good at it. He can't throw. There are wide receivers that can throw better than him. Christian McCaffrey would make a better quarterback than Ryan Tannehill.
I'm
And
sure
it's
there
not
are
even
a few. Yeah,
it's
Taysom
not even
Hill.
a stretch. That's not a stretch to say that. Like there are players out here in this league
Tim
that play
Tebow.
different positions that will be better serve that quarterback than Ryan Tannehill. I will never pick Tennessee to win a game if Ryan Tannehill is their starting quarterback. And I'm gonna just say this: Ryan Tannehill isn't even the best quarterback on that roster. He's
No,
not
he
even
is
the
not.
second best.
He's not.
He's not even the second best quarterback on the
Nope.
roster. I got Malik Willis. What's that guy named with the really cute girlfriend who turns out to not be that really cute? She just wears a lot of makeup. The
Your
girl
mom?
from the draft.
I don't know.
The girl from the draft. I can't remember his
That
name.
girl from the draft.
Will
I don't
Levis.
know.
Will
No,
Levis. Will Levis.
Actually
Yeah,
have
Will
him
Levis.
on one of my dynasties.
Will Levis is a better quarterback than Ryan Tannehill. He's the second best quarterback on that roster. And it's sad to say that. The guy who has been quarterbacking for like a good amount of time isn't the best quarterback on that roster. But we're still masquerading it. We're still playing. This is Halloween, and we're playing dress up.
Oh, that
Malik.
coach's job is tied to Tannehill now. Rise
Oh,
or
yeah.
fall. That seat, the little thing underneath it's going to click, 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 because it's about to get real hot on there.
Oh, yeah. If Ryan Titans don't make the playoffs, Mike Vrabel will be on the unemployment line.
As
He'll
he
be
should
somebody's
be
defensive
already.
coordinator next year. He'll be a defensive coordinator next year. I think if the Eagles defense performs, Vrabel might be interviewing for the Eagles defensive coordinator spot.
No.
It's okay.
No, bad.
Because it won't be Mike Vrabel. They'll probably give it to Matt Patricia. You know how they are.
Mike, just throw him off a cliff. Send his ass back to New England.
Hey, that's probably where
That's
he'll
where
end
he's
up.
going to end up. Send his ass back to New England and replace Belichick.
All right, next we have. Oh, this game is just so bad. The New York Giants versus the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona.
Ew, why? My first notes on this game is another who the hell cares game. Daniel Jones was ass last game. Arizona has Josh Dobbs throwing to the ghost of Zach Ertz and whatever Hollywood Brown has left. Just give it to Saquon 30 times. At least the game will be enjoyable. Otherwise, this is unwatchable garbage. Those are my notes for this game.
This is what you do. You just hand the ball off the entire game. Don't throw it. Just run the clock out. Just like take a 15-minute game. What they need to do is go treat it like it's Madden and turn the accelerated clock on. Just let this game.
Yes, please.
Let the game tick out.
Please.
I do not. I got the New York Giants winning because Arizona is that much worse.
Yeah, Giants win because they're playing the Cardinals. That's it.
Yeah.
Throw the game film in the garbage afterwards. Burn it and throw it in the garbage.
I think the score's going to be 10-3, no 10-7, because New York gets a field goal. Both teams throws pick six.
This shit going to be 12-9. One team going to have a touchdown, extra point, field goal, safety. The other team going to have 3 field goals.
And then Josh Gannon gets suspended for lying, No. If this was court, Gannon would be in prison. That dude lies more than anything. I have never heard of anybody lying as much as Josh Gannon. That guy doesn't know how to be honest.
Man, like George Costanza. All he do is lie, no matter what. Don't have him on your team.
Is
he gonna
a stone cold liar. All right, next game I got the Sacramento Miners versus the St. Louis Bluehorns. Oh, I'm sorry. San Francisco 49ers versus the LA Rams.
Yeah, you lost the hell out of me there. I'm like, where? St. Louis doesn't have a team. What the fuck is Sacramento? I'm surprised the Rams are still competing. I've mentally given up on them. I don't know what Cam Akers is, but he's not a good running back. Is McVay's seat on fire yet? Because it should be scorching. He needs to go. That team's
I mean,
done.
he's
It's time
definitely
to
got
start
blisters
over.
on his butt.
Yeah, it's time to start over. Especially since they're
You
playing. They're playing it. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
the thing about Sean McVay is like we all know that he's on the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing to be on the hot seat, but it's just another thing to be on the hot seat and just pretend you're not. Like,
McVay's
dude,
the new Gruden. Soon as he gets fired, well, steps down as head coach of the Rams, because they're going to let him resign. He going straight to ESPN. He going to be doing all that crap they had Gruden doing before everybody found out Gruden was racist.
you're gonna find out
That's
that he
all.
racist.
That's McVay's future. He going to be riding that one ass Super Bowl for the next 30 years. Yeah. That Rams, whatever, team, fuck them draft picks. Now it's time to pay up. That team's done. They're playing 49ers, and 49ers are probably going to be the favorite in most every game they play, except the one against Philly.
Mm-hmm.
So, my question is, over-under 2 sacks for Aaron Donald this game.
Over.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they're gonna. I have zero confidence in the LA Rams offensive line. I don't think anybody's gonna see. Honestly, there's not many teams that I feel like I can honestly say I'm confident in their ability to slow down Aaron Donald.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like against the Rams with such a porous offensive line and a QB that can't move, that can't get anywhere. Like with an hour, he probably couldn't run 20 yards in an hour. So Aaron Donald,
he'll get there eventually.
Aaron Donald gets 3 sacks if he wants to. I mean, because I feel like that's basically what Aaron Donald does what he wants to do. So
Aaron Donald should have asked for a trade by now.
Yeah.
No matter how much you're making, somebody will reach out. Look at you, Howie.
Wait, who
I'm always looking at Howie to make trades. Howie Roseman's my hero.
Yeah, I think Aaron Donald's gonna be, and I'm gonna say this right now. I feel like Brock Purdy might be injury prone. I don't have any evidence to support that, but I feel like he is, and I don't think Brock Purdy handles pressure well. So we'll see what happens.
Well, now the film's out on. They got more than enough to scout that man. So if he's got a weakness, somebody will find it. I'm sure he has plenty though. Dre was in the 7th round for a reason.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get into this next game, and I know you're looking forward to it. The New Jersey Jets versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Jesus. The Cowboys aren't racist. Their owner's racist. And their owner's son, probably, I presume.
I think that means they're racist by proxy.
But Emmett. Anyway, congratulations, Zach Wilson. After a whole offseason of nonsense and training your replacement, you got your job back in week 2. Maybe you should try to keep it this time. So yeah, Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles. 5th play of the game. Ha! I saw that coming. Well, not quite saw an injury coming, but I definitely saw that this wasn't going to go well for them. There was too much hype on it. There was too much talk about it. The Hard Knocks, everybody kissing Aaron Rodgers' ass like we don't know he's an asshole. It was a bad fit. Zach Wilson should have remained a quarterback the whole time, but the Jets got greedy. Like, we can win right now. Well, guess what? Now you're right back where you started. That's what you deserve. And Zach Wilson, I hope you go out there and you show your ass and you dominate. And then when they try to offer you money, you say, hell no, motherfucker, and go to another team. Show them. Show them they shouldn't have tried to replace you. That's mad disrespectful.
But the issue with
Make
him
him eat
going
that
to
shit.
another team.
Fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Where would Zach Wilson go?
Anywhere that throws big money. Somebody will do it. Denver, maybe. Trying to get off that contract. Maybe Denver
That'll
will be the
never
next
happen.
team to send their quarterback to the Jets.
Their best bet is if Russell Wilson retires. There's no getting out of that.
Russell Wilson ain't retired. He gonna play that whole contract out, even if he don't want to.
All right, next game is probably my favorite game besides the Eagles game. Is Washington Denver.
You on drugs?
Reason why is because I have been saying for a while now that Sam Howell is a beast, and this is going to be a good test for him playing against a solid Denver defense. I'll say that they have a solid defense. So if Sam Howell can produce,
we didn't even. All right, whatever.
Well, what's going on? You got something else for Dallas?
We never said who we had to win, did we? We never projected our wins.
I thought it was obvious that we were projecting Dallas to win.
No, I was projecting the Jets to win.
Oh, okay. I need the.
Under no circumstance will I pick the Cowboys to win a game.
I mean,
like I want their overpriced ass stadium to get hit with a fucking oil drill, and the oil fills up the stadium, and a meteor lands, and a fire starts and burns the whole stadium to the ground while Jerry Jones just stands there with his fish eyes.
Oh, okay. So you got the Jets coming into Dallas and pissing off
I got too much
everyone.
spit in my mouth. Yeah.
That is interesting. I'd like to see that. So
I'm not rooting for the Jets this season, but anybody that plays the Cowboys is a winner in my eyes.
So basically, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change my pick. I'm going to go with the New Jersey Jets. They're going to beat the Cowboys in Dallas. Dak's going to throw interceptions. Dak's going to throw more interceptions.
Aaron Rodgers is going to be on the sideline high on ayahuasca.
He's not even going to make it. He's going to be there in spirit, literally. Like his what they call it, his shit. You know, his is going to be on the sideline. He's not physically going to be there because he's going to be he's going to be sitting somewhere with his legs crossed on the floor, and the ayahuasca is going to send his body or his inner self to Dallas in support of Zach Wilson.
This is what I have to listen to off camera. People having trances in the middle, astral projecting themselves into the sideline in the middle of a game. You can just astral project yourself onto the bench with us.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be swell. But no, I'd probably cut Aaron Rodgers the fuck out. That's just me though. I don't tolerate fools.
All right.
Who you got for that one?
For Dallas, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got the Jets. Let's go Jets.
All right, Jets. Let's move on, because 40-0. You think that? Wait, never mind. Move on. Yeah.
So next we got Washington, Denver.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, like I said, Sam Howell, I feel like he's a beast, and I am very big on
Sam Howell.
I got Sam Howell is a beast. I feel like he's going to be very productive. He's going to prove himself to be the quarterback that we want him to be. So I'm a fan.
See, this game I got coming down to defense. Like some defensive play, whoever makes it more turnovers probably wins. Well, I mean, that's obvious, but that's what it's going to come down to this game. Some turnover in the fourth quarter, probably. Close game, though. Yeah, I'd say 21-13, 21-17, something along those lines. I'm not doing anything spread wise. I'm not even looking at those things. But okay, well, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. The last Sunday night game we have on the docket. I mean, before we go into that, I feel like Sean Payton's just not he's not doing it for me. I feel like his mistake was when he stepped away. When he resigned from New Orleans and stepped away. I felt like that was a mistake. He shouldn't have did that because it kind of exposed him. I feel like he left because he realized he wasn't that good of a coach. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's not a good coach, but it's just like the only thing I knew about Sean Payton was coaching Drew Brees. Like he's coached with a great quarterback because Drew Brees is going in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
but it's like he can't. I feel like I don't know who he can be. It's kind of like Belichick. I don't know who Sean Payton can be as a coach without that dominant quarterback. Russell Wilson's not really stepping his game up. He's not proving that he's anything better than what he was in Seattle.
Right.
So if Sean Payton can't turn him around, then do we question how good of a coach Sean Payton is?
Absolutely, we question that. Because, his most notable quarterback on record was Drew Brees. And granted, that was Drew Brees. So 5,000 yards a season. He had multiple receivers that went over 100 receptions. Yeah. They just threw the ball. That was more on Brees' arm than Peyton's brain. So
yeah. So that's where I think that's going to be a question. I think so with that game, I got Washington. I
got Russ cooking. 4 touchdowns for Russell Wilson. Yep.
I don't see it.
This is his breakout game.
We'll
this is his comeback season.
I hope he gets back to I hope he comes back. I hope he gets back because I want to see black quarterbacks thrive. So I'm not going to sit here and say I don't want to see it, but I love to see it. Next I have the Miami Dolphins versus the Patriots. Ooh. Right now I'm going to just say Christian Gonzalez, the rookie, is going to have some trouble. Oh my God. This is where you tell your rookie to just play back 20 yards because you're going to get him embarrassed. And this is what I was talking about. When you put a rookie on somebody who's going to destroy them, you ruin their career. Now, at this point, there's nothing really you can do because on either side, you have Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
That's my key for this game is Jalen Waddle.
Either guy can completely embarrass you and go down the field 60, 70 yards for a touchdown, and they'll do it multiple times. Tyreek Hill, holy shit. He did it multiple times, just embarrassing people. And you put a guy like Christian Gonzalez, Tyreek Hill is going to do just that. Tyreek Hill has proven that he can just, I don't even know how to put that in words.
They're going to have to bracket both receivers and hope they can get pressure on Tua. That's their best bet. This to me is like there's certain keys. Can Billy Belly stop the Dolphins' offense? Hell no. Can McIntosh, McCauley Jones even keep up with Miami's scoring? Hell no. Does Tyreek get 200 again? Hell yes. Does Tua get 400 again? Hell yes. Dolphins win.
Dolphins win.
Dolphins stump another hole in the Patriots. And we are all
And here's the thing. I think this is where we start seeing the stove get turned on in New England.
It should have been on.
And
Boy, this is 3 seasons of grace since Brady left. Like, come on, man.
Belichick, this is where you have to step up as a coach. If you are such a phenomenal coach, this should not be happening.
No, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't happen.
You should have been prepared as the coach and the GM, as the cook and the guy who buys the groceries. He should have been prepared for this moment. But if you look over the
Absolutely.
coast of the Patriots drafting history, they've always sucked at drafting.
Absolutely. Robert Kraft has to look at this and say, Bill, if you can't get it together, there's no excuse. You had plenty of time since Tom Brady left.
He's had plenty of time
to get it together.
This is the end of that whole dynasty.
Exactly. Because this is what I'm going to say.
FOH, Belichick.
The Eagles won the Super Bowl in 2017. Doug Peterson left, I think, what was that, 1 or 2 years after? Mm-hmm. So that means Nick Sirianni came in, and within 2 years, he took the Eagles to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
They didn't win, but he took them to the Super Bowl. So that means there's no excuse, because if what you're saying here is that if the Eagles can bring in a rookie head coach, who can take their team to the Super Bowl in 2 years, and Belichick can't do that again, you can't even bring in multiple winning seasons.
Right. You're barely
because I believe Nick
Sirianni,
since he's been the Eagles head coach, they've been in the playoffs each year.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't seen a losing season as the Eagles head coach.
Huh.
Belichick, since Tom Brady has left, how many winning seasons have you seen? That's a question.
Barely won, 9-8?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we have to Robert Kraft has to look at this and say, you're washed. You're washed as the head coach. It's time for you to pack it up.
But he was always washed. That's what bothered me. He sucked before Brady got there. He was barely holding on.
Yes, but now we have no choice. New England fans, and because we had a comment on the video the other day who said that because of how long Tom Brady played, it basically made his numbers. Because here's, I'm gonna say this right now. What you guys fail to understand is that before Drew Brees retired, Tom Brady was behind Drew Brees. Tom Brady played longer than Drew Brees before Drew Brees retired. And he did not surpass Drew Brees in any category besides Super Bowl wins, which is a team accomplishment. Not saying that Tom Brady didn't play a significant role, but those Super Bowls were won by the leg of Adam Vinatieri.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But Tom Brady, your wins all have asterisks on it, but I'm not going to disrespect Tom Brady. You are the GOAT. You are who you are. Whatever. But the reason why I'm going to always come at people who ride dicks on Tom Brady is because Tom Brady played longer than Drew Brees. Tom Brady, Drew Brees even missed time, and still, in less time than Tom Brady, was leading in all-time numbers when Tom Brady was older, more time as a starter than Drew Brees. So that's what I'm going to say. Tom Brady's time in the league is the reason that Tom Brady has such high numbers, because he played longer than any other quarterback has in history. That is the reason why his numbers. You get a guy that comes in and play 22 years, then guess what? You'll probably see somebody who will get those numbers. And that's how I look at it. If you're going to ride dicks, take Drew Brees' numbers and say Drew Brees played this many years and compare them to Tom Brady's numbers for that many years. It will never add up. Drew Brees has those numbers insurmountable. He gets that. He's that. That's it. Also, because y'all want to make the argument that Tom Brady is the GOAT. Tom Brady's numbers are not that far off. Somebody else can do it. Now look at a guy like Jerry Rice. Nobody is going to ever in their career touch Jerry Rice's numbers. The closest person to do it was Larry Fitzgerald. And Larry Fitzgerald had a good amount of time. He wasn't even getting close. If you look at the all-time leading receivers, it was Jerry Rice, and then a whole lot of numbers. Then it was Larry Fitzgerald. Nobody's doing that. It's not happening. And I think we need to redefine what the GOAT is, because I think the GOAT is somebody who has records that'll never be touched. That's why I say Tom Brady can't be the GOAT, because people can touch his numbers.
Yeah.
You know, a guy who should be GOATed, a guy who has 55 touchdowns. I think that was Peyton Manning. Will we ever see another quarterback get 55 touchdowns in the season? I don't see it. I don't see it.
Actually, maybe the way it's going, he could, but
We'll see.
a lot more passing than there ever was, even in Peyton's
And even with it, will we see another running back do what Sean Alexander did and what Jamal Williams, what he did? That was just insane. But what I'm saying is, like, what's the expectation here? Who's the GOAT? Who's the real GOAT? It's not Tom Brady. It's not Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, yes, Tom Brady, you're a great quarterback. I'm never going to take that away from you. Belichick,
Right.
I'll take all of it away from you, because your games, your wins, all have asterisks on it.
He's completely questionable.
Every single one. I don't see any of the Super Bowl wins that the Patriots have that aren't questionable. There was way too much controversy. You know what Super Bowl win has no questionable was Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. I didn't question that win at all. I didn't question it.
Right.
I didn't think Tom Brady cheated that year. So obviously, maybe Tom Brady wasn't the one who was cheating. Maybe it was you, Bill. But that's just a question. That's just a question within a question within a question.
Another question.
But let's go into Monday.
Right.
We got a double hitter on Monday. We got the New Orleans and the Carolina Panthers in Carolina. I got New Orleans winning.
Oh, absolutely, New Orleans is winning. I mean, does Carolina even score more than 10 points?
I don't think so.
It's just not good. There's nothing there. It's a desert with a rookie quarterback. It's like the worst scenario. Miles Sanders is okay, but like, come on, we know what he was. He was just a guy. He really was.
Yeah, he's just a guy.
And he's already got a lot of carries on him, so he probably doesn't have much left going on, even in Carolina, where he's the whole offense. So no, I don't expect anything. I don't expect too many wins out of Carolina at all this year. This won't be that week. Saints win by 30.
My concern in Carolina is this is another one of those situations where you have a guy that's not a quarterback. Maybe he has quarterback talent, but if you're concerned, your main concern for your quarterback is his size and that he might get hurt, he shouldn't be in that position. If you're concerned that he might get hit and get injured, he should not be in that position. If I keep seeing where people are saying this guy is 5'10", 190. Look, Jesus Christ, stop it.
Yeah.
I'm 5'9". I'm 5'9", 180. That guy is not bigger than me by a long shot. He's not. He's not bigger than I am. I wouldn't be surprised if he's 160, 165.
Oh, God.
Bryce Young is not big at all.
I've never seen him as a quarterback.
Yeah. So, and that's exactly what it is. He has the frame that Iverson had. There's no way that Bryce Young is. I need him to stand there. You need to give me height and weight, and let me see the video before I believe that Bryce Young is 5'10", 190. Let me see the video.
I agree with you. That is suspicious. He does not look nearly that big. But since we're talking about who wins, does Chris Olave have more than 8 receptions this week? Does he have more than 112 yards this week?
Yes.
To both?
He goes off.
Well, it is kind of an easy win. It's almost an easy win anyway. It's easy to win as you can get in the NFL. It's not going to be covered very well, I'm sure. But they're going to probably scheme all along for him.
Jimmy Graham goes for 6 for 50.
Jimmy Graham?
Mm-hmm. And he back, right?
He's somewhere, I'm sure. I haven't heard that name.
I think he's in New Orleans, I think. They
Ugh.
brought him back.
Okay, 6 for 50 for Jimmy Graham. I'll see it when I'll believe it when I see it, and we won't see it.
We will
Anyway,
see.
Saints do win the game
Saints win the
easily.
game by a lot.
Cakewalk.
All right. Here's probably a game that you probably won't say is probably an easy game. Cleveland Pitt.
I don't know what Cleveland was. If that was the real Cleveland. I don't know. I don't know if that was just being better prepared. I need to
I
see
think it was
more
real.
out of Cleveland. I need to see better out of Pittsburgh. Because right now, I mean, it looks like a competitive game that can probably go either way. It's a divisional, so you know they're going to beat the crap out of each other. We'll see this season whether or not the hype is real with Kenny Pickett, however. That's what I really want to see in this game. Like, what do we get out of Kenny Pickett? Can Kenny Pickett stay upright against that defense from Cincinnati? I mean, from Cleveland. That's what I want to see. Cleveland, Deshaun's going to do whatever Deshaun can do to carry that team to a win. Like, we know he'll play his ass off, even if he's terrible. He'll still fight to the end. Giggity.
My thing about Cleveland, they don't have a bad team at all.
I know.
By a long shot. They don't have a bad team.
Mm.
So this could be who Cleveland is. They could have figured their shit out. Stefanski could have figured his shit out and is like, all right, let's do this. I know what I need to do now. This could be it. Because we know that Deshaun Watson's a great quarterback. He can be a great quarterback. This guy used to throw 30 touchdowns.
Top 10 in the league at least.
Yeah, so maybe this is it. Maybe we figure out, they figure their shit out and they're ready to come out here. Pittsburgh, I want to see Najee Harris put people on their asses. I want to see George Pickens.
I'm kind of disappointed about Najee Harris. I expect a lot more out of him. Like, as big as he is, he should be basically taking the mantle from Derrick Henry. He should be the next big bowling ball in line that's hard to knock over. You know, like, will just throw you to the ground before you even get your arms around him. That should be Henry. But I'm not seeing it yet. I need to see it. I need to see him channel his inner Jerome Bettis and just start running through crowds. Just run through them. Don't just get bumped and, you know, take the hits. Man up. It's all on, this game really is all on him this week.
Yep.
Because if Cincinnati gets the ball and they get time, they're going to probably do what they did last week. So Cincinnati, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, damn. Pittsburgh has to control the clock. Pittsburgh has to run the ball and then run the ball some more. And then work that play action, work that spread. Yeah. I got Cleveland this week.
I got Cleveland too.
I was rooting for Pittsburgh to take a step this season, but after last week, I'm already having doubts. Cleveland wins.
Small hands.
That too.
All right, so I want to give my final remarks on this for week 2 predictions. I have every quarterback this game, doing better than they did last week. Because if you look at the stats for this past week, it was insane.
Really,
it was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the passing yards for this game. You saw only 5 quarterbacks pass more than 300 yards. Only 5. And everybody else was just mediocre.
It was pretty bad this week, yeah.
Was mediocre.
It was pretty bad.
Because we know that the standard for an NFL quarterback is put up 300 yards. Only 5 quarterbacks did it. Only 5 quarterbacks did it.
That's pretty damn sad. You expect more out of QBs in this league.
And I feel like a lot of quarterbacks are just like playing it safe too much. They don't want to throw interceptions. I don't care about interceptions. When it comes to when you are supposed to be the star quarterback in your team, throw those interceptions. I mean, you can't do as bad as Jameis did. You can't throw 30 interceptions unless you.
That does seem really hard to pull off. It really does.
So
30 interceptions as a season takes a lot of bad effort, bad throws. Not reading the field very well. Like you gotta be screwing up to throw 30 interceptions. You think anybody throws 30 interceptions this season?
No.
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 Not even Tannehill?
No. I don't see Tannehill. I don't see
Justin
Tannehill.
Fields, Jordan Love, Danny Dimes.
I got only 4 quarterbacks surpassing 30 touchdowns. Well, no,
that's
only
ridiculous.
only 4 quarterbacks surpassing 35 touchdowns.
Okay.
No one gets more than 44 touchdowns, though.
That's a good number, 44. Okay. Another glorious week. Yeah.
Did you know that we only had 4 100-yard rushers this last week?
I didn't, but that sounds about right.
Only 4 100-yard rushers.
McCaffrey, Eckler,
Breece Hall, Nick Chubb.
And right behind them was, hold on,
Joshua Kelly with 91.
Yeah, from San Diego, the backup from San Diego. That's who it was.
The next person that was closest, next closest person was Travis Etienne with 77 yards.
No. Well, hey, that was a good 77 yards for them, I guess. It didn't lead to much, but I mean, they beat a team. Jacksonville beat a team they were supposed to beat. So, we'll see what they really are when they go into Jacksonville and face the Chiefs. So, on that's going to be a terrible game. Jacksonville's going to get blown out this week.
I'm ready for this Eagles-Vikes game.
Absolutely. I'm sure a lot of people are hyped for the Eagles-Vikings game. I mean, Vikings always are a pain in the butt every year. Every time we face them, they're a problem.
A.J. Brown plus or minus 100 yards.
Plus 150.
Devontae Smith plus or minus. Oh, shit. Devontae Smith plus or minus 7 catches.
6 for 90 sounds about right.
Okay. Dallas Goedert plus or minus 5 catches.
Minus.
No
Eagles running back hits 100 either.
Jalen Hurts
will get about 2. Hurts will get about 250 in the air, or whatever my math maps to. Jordan Hurts will have a Jordan Hurts game now. He'll get 80
Jalen
on
Hurts.
the ground.
I think Jalen Hurts will go 300.
I think he'll get 300 total. I think he'll get 300 total.
I think he'll get 300 passing, about 70 rushing.
I say about 240 in the air, 80 rushing. That'll work. That'll be wonderful.
Because I can see Devontae Smith putting up 90, AJ Smith getting about 1, and Devontae and AJ will get about 250. That's 250 yards passing roughly. And then amongst the other receivers, because I've got Queese Watson will get a 50-yard catch. He'll have like 2 catches for like 70 yards.
Okay.
Because one is going to be a deep ball for like 60. And Dallas Goedert will get 40 yards catching on 4 receptions.
I like that. That's what I was thinking about, 4 yards. 4 catches, I mean. Even
Devontae Swift
6 will be plenty, but.
Devontae Swift will get 56 yards. Rashad Penny will get 40 yards. Gainwell will do more. He'll get about 30 yards rushing.
Sure.
And about 15 yards passing. 15 yards receiving.
This Gainwell hype. I don't see it. I'm not going to be convinced. There's no way.
And Bryce Young, Boston Scott sits out.
That's fine. I don't see it with him either.
But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button, subscribe, share. Go tell your friends about us. Feel free to comment because we do respond to comments. 9 times 10, if you disagree with something we say it, and I'll invite you to the show.
I respond to comments with a body slam, so respond to him.
I will invite you to the show so you can speak your mind, but I'm going to tell you this right now. I do not hold the punches. If you come on here saying some dumb shit, I'm going to make you look stupid. So come on the show, and when you come, bring your knives because I'm going to embarrass you. Till next time, take a seat on the bench.
Peace. Peace.
Peace.